All right, coming to you live from Portland, Oregon. We're here at OSCON with Jonathan, Bryce, and Mark Collier. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. How are you?
The better for seeing you both. So let's talk about OpenStack, which is celebrating its 5th anniversary. So maybe we'll start with you, Jonathan, and just talk about, if those folks aren't familiar with OpenStack, where it's at and what it is all about.
Yeah, so we are here at OSCON where we launched OpenStack 5 years ago. And this was a great place to launch it. We were trying to create an open source movement around cloud computing software. And we started out with a couple of projects that automated virtualized compute and object storage systems, and about 25 developers, and we had some companies that were supporting us, including Dell back then, and Rackspace and NASA and others. And it was, something that started out pretty small and then just blew up and has been incredible to see. We've gone from 20 developers to about 4,000 now.
Dang.
And we have dozens of projects that handle all aspects of cloud computing for public clouds and private clouds. Things like enterprise storage and networking and security and identity management and performance testing and big data and containers, of course, because that's the thing that's hot now. And so, 5 years on, it's been just really unbelievable to see everything that the community has kind of come together and built.
Awesome. And so, Mark, what is your role, and how have you've been here for a long time with this whole OpenStack thing?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I'm the COO at the OpenStach Foundation, and I think what's really cool for us is in the beginning, as Jonathan said, at OSCON 5 years ago, we kind of had this dream that one day we'd have the same code base running in public clouds, private clouds, a sort of footprint all over the world that's all powered by the same stack that would open up new possibilities for interoperability and for people to have choice and be able to have public and private clouds timed together in different geographies. And I think we're just excited. I feel like we've kind of turned that corner in the last year as we look at going into year 6 now, and we've now got dozens of public clouds powered by OpenStack. There's hundreds of private clouds, and we've got the largest company in the world, Walmart, is running OpenStack. So it's just really cool to see what's next. Now that we have this OpenStack powered planet, what can people do with it? And I think that's what we'll see next, is more about getting value out of it than just the business of building and operating the clouds. Okay, what are you going to do with all this power now? So it's going to be cool to see.
Cool. So along those lines of what's next, maybe just to wrap, Jonathan, you could talk about, to the extent you can talk about it, what you see coming in the next year for OpenStack.
Sure,
as features and direction.
Well, I think the biggest surprise for me in this whole OpenStack journey has been seeing the interesting and unpredictable ways that people have taken the technology and made use of it. And looking at what's coming next, I think that probably the thing that has been the most interesting for me to see is around telcos and network functions virtualization, or NFV, if you like the hot acronyms. And this is really a transformation in how telcos build out their networks, manage data, manage phone calls, all this kind of thing. They're transitioning from big, expensive, purpose-specific appliances to virtualized systems running software on commodity hardware, and it's a huge change that they're going through, but it actually is something that's going to enable them to compete more, to switch their services over faster, to save money, all of these kinds of things, and many of them are working on NFV on top of OpenStack. It's become a really critical piece of the overall stack for them to build out this next generation network infrastructure. And so some of the telcos that are working on the world's first 5G networks, for instance, are building those 5G networks on top of OpenStack. And that's awesome. Over the next 2 years, as 5G becomes a reality, it's going to be powered by OpenStack. Never would have thought that 5 years ago. So it's really cool to see how this general purpose technology gets used in so many neat ways.
Awesome. Jonathan, Bryce, Mark Collier, thank you guys both.
Thank you.